Hey y'all, coming to you really quick with the last video for now. Kind of curious your thoughts on this format. One hindrance with it that I don't like is that when something mentioned or an idea comes up, can't really discuss it or kind of get input from other people, which may kind of make it like, oh yeah, or oh no, good point, that type of thing. So I'm curious your thoughts. But I figure with our schedules right now, this may be the easiest to communicate a couple things. Not in one long video and not in a lot of text message and long email. Just hopefully a couple short videos. So hopefully this has been helpful. Give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Couple quick things. Notebooks right here. So really quick, this Sunday, August 6th, is our kickoff. We'll be at Justin Whitney's house from 5 to 7. Just quick idea for that. We'll be leaving the church at 4:45 for those that need a ride or whatnot. And they'll be over there at 5. We'll have food, ice cream, and then time for them to hang out, swim, ping pong, whatever. I know Justin, they've got a couple different things, but just kind of hang out, get with each other again. And then after we eat, we will have a time of connecting with our small groups. Most of you know your kids probably from school or from community. Most of them probably know you or are familiar with you, or most in their group, maybe not, who knows. But this will give us a time to kind of connect, see who's in what group, and just kind of build that relationship again. I'll have this all printed out for you, and I'll send this in an email later this week. But my thought is, one, get together, talk, make sure everybody knows everybody. Kind of explain the purpose of small groups, what our goal is this year, and that's just kind of taking the principles of truth that we talk about each week, apply them to our life. What does that look like? How do we live it out? But in that time, asking them one thing, like some things that they're excited about for this new year. What's something that they're worried about, they're concerned about? How can we be praying for them throughout this year? That kind of thing. And then two, we'll be having a couple games, not many, but we'll have a couple games, whether it's everybody together or small groups for small groups, that kind of thing, just to have some fun. And then we'll be leaving there about 6:45, 6:50 to get back so everybody can leave, get home for school on Monday. So that's this Sunday. Hope that you can be there. Here's my thoughts really real quick for small groups this year. There's probably going to be some tweaks and changes to this, or not necessarily a whole lot, but just this is kind of how we're starting. I'm thinking middle school girls are going to be with Jennifer Kraft, Jennifer Heaton, and Andina. Ultimately, what I'm thinking is that 6th grade girls is going to break off into their own group with Andina. 9th and 10th grade girls with Kristen, and then 11th and 12th grade girls with Robin and Heather. And then guys, 6th and 7th grade guys with Justin. 8th and 9th grade guys with Jason and Colonel. And then 10th, 11th, and 12th grade guys with Brooks and Ryan. And again, depending on how those groups look, we may have to alter them a little bit, but that's kind of the initial plan for now. But that's this Sunday. Hope you can be there to connect with the students. 5 to 7 at Justin Whitney's. Second thing is, next Wednesday, a week from tomorrow, is Prayer on the Square, August 9th. Scheduled from 6:30 to 7:30. Thinking we'll meet on the grass at 6 here at the church. We'll have pizza, kind of like we start normally. Volleyball, games, whatever. About 6:20, we'll start making our way to the square. So we'll eat, go. That way we can provide food for the students. And then we'll be done by 7:30ish. I'll update you on more of that as we plan to meet this week and talk student pastor wise. So, and then August 16th will be our first night that we'll meet kind of normally. We will not be on the grass as of right now because the kids will be out there with inflatables for their kickoff. So we will be up in the suite that night for pretty much all of it. So again, I'll keep you updated as we get closer. And then our plan is for the rest of the summer, we're going to talk about who we are, kind of our vision, our mission, and kind of walking through that. That being said, 2 other quick things, and then I'm done. I'm going to stop talking and let you go. One thing I mentioned in one of the previous videos is connecting with your students outside of Wednesdays. So if you got a student that hadn't been there in a couple weeks, or just want to reach out to them or whatever else, if there is a student that you've not seen in a while, and this is something I have to remind myself, and it's a struggle because there's a phrase or two that just naturally come out. But if a student hadn't been here in a while or hadn't seen him in a while, if we can, let's refrain from using the phrase, where you been? Haven't seen you in a while. They know they've not been here. They know they've missed, whether it's from work, sports, laziness, overwhelming of schoolwork, or whatever it is. That phrase just kind of reminds them that they've not been here. So if we can just kind of encourage them, say, hey man, it's great to see you. Hey girl, it's great to see you. How you been? What's going on? What's new? How's school going? Those kind of things. I did this personally last year. There was a student who was out for several weeks, hadn't seen him, hadn't heard from him. They showed up. I came up behind them, grabbed him by the shoulder, just kind of, that kind of massage type thing. You just said, hey man, I haven't seen you in a while. How you been? And as soon as I walked away, I kicked myself. I was so upset with myself that I used that phrase, and I just reminded them that they had not been here. So just kind of just food for thought. So if you do a postcard, if you send a text message, or if you see them, just hit on that. That's great to see them, or how's school, checking in on them, that type of thing. And then just hope to see you soon. So that's one note. And then the last one is something I want to pitch to you to think about and get your thoughts. This is not necessarily for you, recruiting you to be part of, unless you just are able to and want to. Many of you know the last 2 years, there's been a high school group of guys that have met every Tuesday morning for breakfast before school. We met at Huddle House at 7 o'clock. It's been a great time of fellowship, prayer, Bible reading, etc., and just kind of connecting and growing. Last year, we launched a small group of middle school boys, just kind of getting that ball rolling and trying to test that out. Both groups have done really well, but what we've discovered is it gets, depending on the week, depending on the time, it just gets tight with paying for the meal, getting out and getting to school on time, or gets expensive. And so what we want to do is we want to continue to invest in our students, but potentially make a bigger impact in more students. We pitched the idea to opening it up on Tuesday mornings, but some of the girls were concerned because they didn't want to be the only girl. Understandably so, rightfully so. However, we are going to put a spin on it this year. We're considering putting a spin on it this year and seeing what happens. That being said, every Tuesday morning after Labor Day, we're going to have a discipleship breakfast here at the church in the fellowship hall. Continental breakfast kind of format, come in, make your waffles, pancakes, bacon, etc. Most of it will be ready except for the waffles. You get to do your own. Have breakfast, have a guy's table or a couple guys' tables, have a girls' table, a couple girls' tables, etc. And men and women at those tables. Brooks has been part of this guys group on Tuesday morning. Stephanie Walker has agreed to come and be part of this for the girls on Tuesday mornings. And so they come in, they get breakfast, they find a seat. Kind of some questions that come up. Hey, how's your week been? What's been some highs? What's been some lows? What's some concerns? What are your struggles? How's your Bible reading? We'll have a Bible reading plan that we'll go through, that everybody will be going through. Talk about that. What's the Bible saying? What are we pulling from it? How are we applying it? And then hopefully each week we'll have one student share one thing that stuck out to them in their Bible reading as a devotion / challenge, if you would, for that week. And so that's kind of my goal. And then every other Thursday will be middle school. And so that's where I need potentially some men and women that may be good to invest in these students, and then also help potentially with transportation depending on the outcome. Last year, I think at one point or a couple weeks, we had maybe almost 10 guys, middle school guys at Huddle House. So it was really cool, but it was really scary to get them all to school on time. So just potentially something like that, just kind of navigating that, working that out. So if you know somebody that may be retired, or maybe somebody that'd be good, that you think would be great for that, let me know. If you're interested, that'd be great. But I know that many of you have to work and then teaching, all that. It's crazy. So I totally get all that. But just something to think about your ideas. That's all. That's it. So thanks for everything. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to stop. And I hope you have a great rest of the week. And look to see you Sunday morning, and then look to see you again Sunday night at Justin and Whitney. So until then, see ya.